Over 100,000 tech workers fired this year. AI billionaires just got richer. You probably don't know what's actually happening. This is not about market cycles, it's systemic. We're watching the biggest wealth transfer in tech history unfold right now. And here's what terrifies most people. The average engineer has no idea how bad it actually gets. The gap between fired workers and insider wealth. It's astronomical. Think about that for a second. Massive layoffs happening simultaneously with record insider profits. Something is deeply, fundamentally broken. What you learn in the next 8 minutes changes how you see the entire tech industry. Let's break down the numbers nobody wants to discuss, because understanding this could protect your career or cost you everything if you ignore it. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. Over 265,000 tech workers lost jobs in 2023 alone. That's 3 times higher than 2022, and 2024, even worse. Meta, Amazon, Google, OpenAI, Microsoft, all cutting deep. But wait, here's the weird part that nobody talks about. These same companies reported record profits. How is that possible? Simple. Automation replaced humans faster than anyone predicted. Your job? Replaceable. Their executive positions? Completely secure. And this is where your attention matters. The layoffs accelerated exactly when AI capabilities exploded. That's not coincidence, it's the strategy. They invested billions in AI to reduce labor costs, then fired thousands while stock prices climbed. Insiders who owned equity, they made hundreds of millions. Engineers who built the AI, gone. Does this pattern worry you yet? Because it should. Here's what happens next in this wealth redistribution nobody prepared for. Let's talk money, the real money. Sam Altman's OpenAI stake, worth billions. Satya Nadella at Microsoft, his holdings surged 340% since 2019. Jeff Bezos watched Amazon stock climb while firing 18,000 employees. One person gained $5 billion. Thousands lost their careers. But here's what actually enraged people when they understand it. These executives made decisions to automate their own workforce and personally profited from those decisions. That's not capitalism, that's extraction. Your situation: if you work in tech, your salary probably stayed flat while management bonuses doubled. If you got laid off, they got richer from your replacement technology. This isn't theory, it's documented across every major tech company. The wealth concentration in AI specifically is obscene. 80% of AI wealth gains went to fewer than 200 people globally. Meanwhile, median tech salaries dropped 12% in 2024. You see the math, right? So what does this mean for your future paycheck? Keep watching because this next part explains the job market collapse. This is where it gets strategic. Companies aren't just firing randomly, they're restructuring entire departments. Senior engineers, fired. Entry-level positions, almost extinct. They're keeping a tiny core of premium engineers and replacing 70% of mid-tier roles with AI automation. Your career trajectory just got infinitely harder. Here's the brutal reality. If you're not in the top 10% of talent or deeply connected to decision-makers, you're competing against AI that costs nothing. Startup hiring froze. Mid-market companies are consolidating teams. Only megacorporations are still recruiting, and they're offering 30% lower salaries than 3 years ago because they know you're desperate. They have negotiating power you don't. And this affects you directly. Your next job negotiation just became a nightmare scenario. Companies will demand 3 times the previous skill requirements for 40% lower pay. That's the market you're entering. Unless you understand what's happening, you'll accept those terms thinking you're lucky. You're not. But there's one specific group crushing this new reality. Want to know who? Here's the breakthrough. The winners fall into 3 categories. First, people with existing equity in AI companies. Their net worth exploded through no additional work. Second, people who switched to AI-adjacent roles before the collapse. Prompt engineers, AI trainers, AI consultants, these roles created a bridge from tech to new opportunities. Third, people who understood this was coming and started building alternative income now. None of these groups got there by accident. They saw the powder keg first. Now here's what matters for your situation. The wealth gap between insiders and workers is bigger now than during the 2008 financial crisis. Professional inequality is at 40-year highs. That's a structural crisis, not a market correction, and your paycheck directly reflects this inequality. Most employees don't even realize they're losing wealth relative to decision-makers every single quarter. But workers who understand this gap, they're taking action. They're not waiting for jobs to come back. They're positioning differently. They're building personal AI leverage. They're becoming valuable in new ways. So which category are you in, and how do you move to the winning group? This next section shows you exactly how. Stop waiting for the market to recover. It won't recover to 2022 levels, not in tech salaries anyway. Instead, accept the new reality and position yourself specifically. Here are 3 actionable moves. First, if you're employed, document everything you know that's not easily replaced by AI. Your relationships, your institutional knowledge, your critical thinking on non-automatable problems. Build your portfolio around those skills. Second, seriously consider leaving pure engineering roles if you have the option. Move into roles where you interface with decision-making, product management, strategy, business development. These positions are harder to automate and command better compensation even in downturns. Third, build personal leverage outside your primary job. Content, community, consulting, these create insurance against sudden layoffs. Inside tech, 60% of newly hired workers now earn less than employees they replaced. You need multiple income sources because single employer dependency is now high risk. Your situation specifically requires urgency. The companies accelerating layoffs are already planning the next round. Wait 6 months and your negotiating position drops 40%. Move now while you still have options. So what's the bigger picture here, the thing nobody dares to say out loud? That's Section 7. This is the moment where everything shifts. We're not heading toward layoff season, we're already inside the collapse phase. Take these 3 takeaways. 1. Over 265,000 tech workers lost jobs while insider wealth grew $2. 3 trillion. This wealth concentration is structural, not temporary. 2. The job market permanently changed. Entry-level roles disappeared and salary ceilings dropped 30-40% across the industry because AI automation is now superior for routine work. 3. Your survival depends on positioning in non-automatable roles, building alternative income streams, and moving faster than companies can restructure your department. This isn't theory anymore. It's happening at scale right now. Most people will keep waiting for things to return to normal. They'll get destroyed. You understand what's actually happening, use that advantage. The tech industry is experiencing an inequality explosion that will reshape career opportunities for the next decade. If you want daily insights on AI trends, layoff patterns, and what's next for tech careers, subscribe now and turn on notifications. You'll see these patterns before they hit your job market. Don't get blindsided. Subscribe today.